Good morning, and welcome to Morning with Jay Wilson. I hope everybody is doing well. Yes, Lord. So, look, you all, let me start off by saying hello and good morning to everyone today. What's up? Just trying to figure it out. I just try to figure it out too. So, good morning to you. I think you're the first one here. Good morning, good morning. Hmm. You all give me a quick minute. Give me a minute for a minute. Um, all righty, I am back. So good morning to you all. Thank God it is Friday. Thank God for a 3-day weekend. It is King Week. It is King Month actually in San Antonio. So they have a lot of things. They call it Dream Week. So there are a lot of things going on in San Antonio. So I am actually going to be doing some things tomorrow and then Sunday, and then of course the uh, country's largest MLK march is in San Antonio, and so I more than likely will be at the march. So yeah, so hopefully everything works out. Now look, you all, I'm gonna touch on yesterday just a little bit. I'm not going to dwell on it. A lot of people think it's a setup. A lot of people think that it's Ness controlling Lemon's panel. I really don't know what it was. All I know is I was talking to Lemon. Someone said they were bored, and then they instantly went on to start hurling insults and stuff. And again, y'all, I tried to be cool as possible because I know how that person is. But, you know, to try to make it sound like that I came over to sit on Lemon's panel, I just said, no, 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 no. I was invited over. And then, of course, she tried to overtalk me. And, of course, I'm going to snap back and overtalk her. But I really don't like to get into those tirades. And I really try to avoid those. I have been in the beef sector long enough to say, I don't have to do this anymore. And so I'm not now. A lot of people feel that she was trying to control Lemon's panel. And she does this with anyone who tries to get in with Lemon. She devises a way to sever that relationship or sever that tie. Somebody emailed me to say that. Then they were saying, well, Lemon probably set you up. I remember when she came on and told Lemon he didn't do what he was supposed to do. So it could be that. I really don't care what it is. It's a show. Um, we gave Lemon what he needed, I guess, last night. And I guess Ness came on, and she always comes on to try to attack people. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, are you really doing this? But she was. It is what it is. And of course, I went on my channel because I have my channel, of course. Um, so that night, after that, I just made up my mind that you don't give people that privilege to do that, and you learn from your mistakes. Now, I don't click on her channel. Definitely don't click on her channel anymore. So what I decided was, you know what? You're full of negativity. It's okay to be shady and all this stuff, but you're full of negativity. You live for strife, and I'm not with this click and view, jump on the panel, make it happen type of thing. That's not my thing. So She's blocked over here, and I told my ushers if she's coming over here, block her. I don't even want you on my link, so no need to click over here because you're no longer welcome over. And like I told Lemon, you are more than welcome over here, Lemon. I don't have a problem with you, Lemon, even if it's a setup, but I will no longer click on your link, especially when I have mine, because at the end of the day, I'm like, yep, I see what's going on. But I'm not upset about it. Lesson learned. Won't be the first or last time something like this happens, but I'm more keen to it and what these people are about. Look, you all, I'm about a little light. I'm about a little fun. Do the thing, but I'm just really not with the 2.0 or B sector adjacent way of doing things, and I just don't do things like that. It's all good with me, so I'm not gonna sit here and curse her out and everything. Now the people got mad because they said I was talking about her son. I want to be very clear. It's one thing to talk about her son, which I did not do. I talked about her child rearing and her parenting or lack of. And again, so Lemon was talking about, I told you not to talk about her son, and I didn't talk about her son. Talked about her parenting skills and asked the questions why you can't get your son and why is your son not with you. And then Pizarro came up and further gave me information about her situation, which is extremely tragic. But maybe that's the reason why she doesn't want to be a parent. I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting. Interesting of some things that were said. You put me on my mute, and I'm like, I never complained that you put me on mute, Lemon. I never complained that you put me on mute. I just came off of mute and said what I needed to say, but I never complained. So it seems like you're holding that. You kept saying, I don't watch you either, Jay Wilson, but I'm like, okay, I've said that because I really don't. I will catch it. And truth be told, I don't really watch Ness. I may catch her in the morning, and after seeing how she looks, I just click off and go to the next place. So it's like y'all hoes want people to watch y'all, which is really funny to me. But I guarantee you, going forward, it's all good. And I wasn't throwing shade at YouTube cameras. If I want limit information, I'll just go to YouTube cameras and listen. To be honest, but I think there's some things going on there, and it is what it is. Let me see what you all are saying this morning. I can't find it. Did he take you down? I don't know what he did. But, Lemon, if you allowed her to threaten you to strike your channel or do something, it is what it is. A lot of the girls feel that she's running your channel. A lot of the girls feel that you don't say anything to her because you're scared of her. I don't know. I don't feature the broad. And like I said, she's calling everybody a loser, but her dad's a doctor, but he never thought enough to get her teeth fixed. Anyway, moving right. Let me drink my coffee. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. I believe that was a setup. Why? Well, I don't know. Because she would click the link anyhow. It's almost like she's obsessed. If I'm on the link, she wants to be on the link. I don't know. I really don't know. It's really odd to me. It's like these people really do have an obsession because I never click the link when she's on there to have something to say. I got my own channel. But it is what it is. Let me see. Somebody says there's a difference between speaking on someone's parenting skills. Correct. I was speaking on our parenting skills. I was speaking on why you don't have your son now. Okay? You are an executive now. You're making buku money. You live in this fabulous penthouse. You can easily come down to Texas and get your son. She can't get her son because the brother probably adopted the son, so she can't take the son. And if pizza is right, I don't even know if I would want her to have the child because she may have a flashback or something, and you never know what she'll do. She's had history of substance abuse, alcoholism, which she still wrestles with now, low self-esteem. She gets mad because, she's talking about this education and she's so smart and all of this. And don't get me wrong, I think she's an intelligent individual. But again, she is almost like a self-fulfilled prophecy, gone wrong. I saw her gush over $25 an hour on a job. Then said she got the job, but she don't have a degree. And she felt self-conscious because her other coworkers had degrees. And I never forget her going through that. And I'm like, this lady really got some problems, and she really needs to see a therapist. And I guess YouTube is her thing. I don't know, but it's just really interesting. And, and like I said, you got all of this stuff going for you, but yet you can't get your son. And truth of the matter is, you probably don't want to go because, again, here in San Antonio, you have plenty of yard space. You can get a nice home. He probably goes to a great school, probably has friends. And like I said, he's in a stable situation. I can't imagine her son living in the neighborhood with Nick and Esther and Rashad. Yeah, but it is what it is. And let me say this, you all, I have no issue with any of these people. I think it's really funny, but you got to let people know that you're not that important over here. And I may not be important over there, but I don't have to come over there. And the thing that gets me with Ness is she feels that she has carte blanche to come over here anytime, and you don't. And like I said, if they see you, they'll block you on site. And if you ever click up on this link, you're gonna get kicked off. And you better pray that I'm not shady to call you out when you click the link. So it is what it is. We really don't. And I'm gonna say this, you all, and I had to make this clear. When I clicked on Lemon's panel, it was just I heard what was going on. I came over to give my point of view. Lemon was like, wait a minute, Jay. Don't go yet, Jay. Don't go yet, Jay. So it was like, okay. Then he came over to my channel. Now, this was early in the morning, yesterday at this time. Lemon shows up. Lemon is welcome on the panel. We have a conversation. We do our thing, blah, blah, blah. Jay, can you come over to my channel? I'm not going to be on for 2 days and all of that stuff. Now, I'm going to say this too, and this is on me. I got to do much better with going with my first gut. My first gut was don't go over there. Let him go off for 2 days because you really don't need to go over there. That was my first gut. I asked you all, and some of y'all said, well, go over, go over. So I said, all right, let me go over. Always go with your first gut. And that was my bad. I listened to some of y'all in the audience, and I don't even blame you all. I should have went with my first gut. No big issue. No big issue. Not upset, but it's a lesson learned. And for you content creators out there, Go with your first gut. Do not let people pressure you into stuff that you know may not be beneficial for you. I'm being real. I'm being very transparent and honest. And so I was getting ready to leave. I was tired. I stayed on. I'm like, let me go. And then all of a sudden that happened. Rico came on, and y'all believe it or not, I just put Rico on mute. I fed Lyric, and about time Rico left, I was like, okay, didn't hear what he said, you know. And so that's it. Um, but some people live for strife. Let me see what y'all saying. No, I don't drag children. I drug her parenting skills. Somebody said, let me put the video on private. No, Lemon, don't put it on private. Let everybody see. Let everybody see. Let everybody see. Don't put it on private. Because it wasn't private when she came on. It wasn't private when she did what she did. You seem like you enjoyed the argument. Put it on. Don't put it on private. Put it on public. But let me tell you something, Lemon. Do you think that you would have had to put your video on private had Ness not showed up and came on your platform to cause chaos? But because she caused chaos and because I popped right back at her, now you can't play the video. Now, it's not because I did something. I didn't attack anybody. I did what I did. I threw a little light shade and kept it moving, right? But you can't play that video because you allow people like Rico and Ness to come on, no emotional intelligence whatsoever. And of course, I'm only going to stay quiet for so long. But Lemon, make that money. Put that video out, Lemon. Make that money. Make that money. I'm not putting out one damn video of mine on private. Make that money. See, Lemon, when you go to try to hold focus, you got to stay down there with them. And the other is, you messing up your own money behind this chick. So I'm not interested in Vegas. I know Tiffany was trying to make it happen. And again, you all, I was accused of trying to get it. Baby, I'm not interested in Lemon like that. Lemon is a subcontractor just like anyone else. I was not trying to be in the place of treatment because I'm not going to neglect my platform for anyone. It is what it is. But you don't have to ever worry about that. And Lemon, it seems like every meaningful YouTube shit that you get in, this person is always trying to destroy it. Have you ever thought about that? And I hope you're not controlled. But again, because Lemon and I were at a good place, and we're still at a good place, I'm not mad at Lemon. Here she comes. And I'm like, wow. And then she tried to say, you don't even like Lemon. And I've never said I didn't like Lemon. Have I talked about Lemon? Yes. But didn't she call Lemon a yag? Wasn't she the one calling Lemon a homosexual? Wasn't she the one who said that she walked in and saw Lemon's head in an awkward place? Lemon, I think you need to look at that because I may have said some things about you, of course, in life. To Vegas, I didn't say that you walk with a limp. I didn't say that you wore do rags and shades all the night. That was Ness. That was your friend Ness. And if you think that she's good with you, she's not. And like I said, I see her for what she is. and I don't want her near my platform. I don't want her to click on the link because she's trash and she's a chaos thief. It is what it is. Hi, Jay Wilson. No ho. No ho. I have given you enough rope. And again, you all, I am really patient and long suffering with people until I can't. And that's where I am now. Hold on for a minute, y'all. But you don't need to put the video on private. It is, let me say, y'all, it's 2026. Ain't nobody got time for that. Now, if something happens with Ness and I need to discuss it and talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. But to give her a space on my platform, absolutely not. Well, I heard about the rent money situation, and I don't have to beg for it because when you have a real career, you don't have to beg for rent money. Let me see what y'all saying. She did the exact thing to Tracy. Well, this is the thing. I'm not Tracy. So I went over there because Lemon asked me to come over. He did me a solid. He showed up. And then he said it was his last day. And I'm like, again, I overrode my inner voice. My inner man said, don't go. And next time I will very much listen to that still small voice to say, don't go. That's my bad. That's my bad. Well, he may have text her to come, but like I said, I don't know that. I can't prove that. But because of this action, I won't go to his platform anymore. And see, unlike ghetto intellect and stuff, I really mean it. I'm not lemon focused, but it is what it is. Don't go there, executive. Everybody an executive, baby. I'm reading y'all comments. I'm so behind. No, she don't want that parenting responsibility because that takes responsibility, and she don't want that. She doesn't want that. She wants to be a robo parent to say I made a phone call. Uh, Yeah, she don't want that. Most mothers would be doing everything in their power to get their child back, But maybe there is some truth to what Pizarro is saying, and maybe because how she conceived, if that's true, then maybe that's an issue with her, and maybe she don't want the child because it's painful for her. I don't know, because any normal mother would be clawing to get their child back. Even animals want their child back. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all think he tried to line me up? Okay, okay. I'm a scumbag. Thank you. At least I'm a good smelling, nicely dressed scumbag. I'll take that. Thank you. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. I remember on Sunday. It was a Sunday. Lemon came to my platform, which was very odd. He had a conversation. Then Ness clicked on the link saying that you didn't do what we talked about. So I guess Lemon was supposed to ambush me, and he talked to Ness. I don't know, since they got back together again, this is what they do. But again, Lemon, no harm, no foul. I'm just not coming to your platform. You can click over here, but I'm not clicking over there because when you do this kind of stuff, I'm like, we good. And then, like I said, I didn't know you muted my mic, but I unmuted it and I still said what I had to say. But then you made a big issue of that, and I'm like, well, why are you making an issue of that? I didn't make an issue of it. So it almost seemed like you were trying to get a lick back, and you were trying to do that as well. Now, Lemon, what I want you to do is put your video on public. I want everybody to see. I want everybody to see, and let's go on from there. Don't put it on private. Put it on public. This thing on public. Let me see what y'all said. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm behind in the chat. That's made Lemon put the video on private because she got mad for the fact. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I heard another one bites the dust. Okay. She always ruining something. Yeah. Here to bring it to you. He put it on private because his mom started yelling at him. Okay, that's interesting too. Again, there's so many things wrong with that. Here you are, a 30-year-old man living with your mama. Child. Anyway, yeah, moving right along. Ness even had people to flag Lemon. I'm reading out comments. Ness was the one who tried to say that Lemon slept with Shaquem while in bed. She did. She did. Ness is territorial. She wants no one who can't. Right. I'm listening. That's conditioned, but she can't take it. Last Night Live really did expose Lemon and Ness. That's what y'all saying. I'm listening. I mean, because I'm not upset about it. What I'm upset about is that I went back and forth with her because I wasn't planning to do that. But again, that's what they wanted. But Lemon got nervous because he felt like, well, you're talking about her child. No, I didn't talk about her child. Now, then the girl's telling me that Lemon mama was yelling at him. And I'm like, well, damn. Oh, man, you need to put that chain up. We got somebody who got sparks. You got something dragging. Oh, man, you need to do something, yeah. My thing is I don't want him to go into a wooded area and that can spark a fire. Anyway, let me see. So did Ness get the boot for good? No, she's not allowed over here. I don't want that individual in my presence. And this is what I'm saying, you all. In 2026, I see you for who you are. What's her name? Queen Tulsa can't come over here. Queen Tulsa can't come over here. Trash. Ness can't come over here. I don't care what that hoe gotta say. I will make it a point not to go. And I'm an Aries, baby. I will not go. I will watch you. And like I said, it's done. It's a done deal. I don't hate her, but that type of person has some real issues. And what she tries to do is frame shit. And I'm like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to frame something and act like somebody is thirsty trying to take Tracy's place. No. That's not it. And then here you are inserting yourself saying, oh, this is boring and all of that. And I'm like, okay, no issue. No issue. But the hoe can't come over here. Ever. When is Queen Tulsa come back up here? Rico is another one. Can't come up here. In 2026, I'm not giving hoes access to me. You don't throw your pearls before swine unless they trample. If you can't come up here and have a conversation and throw a little light shade back, Without all of that, we good. Thank you, Blondie. I appreciate it. I'm reading these comments, but I'm not upset. You. Let me tell you something. Sometimes sometimes your mind says enough is enough. You don't have time for these games. You don't have time for these setups and all of this stuff. And I'm not even mad for them bringing her on, but it was certain things that were said last night, like you muted my mic. I'm like, dude, do you know how long ago that was? And then Lemon, you admitted that I muted your mic because you was trying to get active with me, and I'm like, oh hell no, not on my platform. And I stopped that. It was just that simple. Anyway, let's try to control Lemon's channel. Well, that's how it's coming off. And you all, I used to think, now I'm telling you, I used to think that people really had a problem with Ness because of that. But Ness really tries to be manipulative. And she really tries to control the narrative. Now, she's trying to come off and call y'all stupid and all of that because of the shredder and the phone charger and all of this stuff. And I want to thank that person who sent cash by Venmo. You know who you are. I appreciate you. Thank you for sending that Venmo. I'm like, what is this? So thank you. Good morning, Vivian. But she was talking all about that, right? And come to find out, Honeylove paid for her hotel room. But we don't have a problem with that. How much was that room? How much did Honeylove pay for that room? Did Honeylove put her credit card down on it to hold a deposit too? See, now that's being a little intrusive, but that's exactly what you did. And I'm like, really, it's none of my business. But what I'm trying to tell you is what I paid for a printer is none of your business. Now, you know it's bad when Itsy Bitsy Shake said, now, Lemon, Itsy Bitsy Shake said, I'm sorry, but it looked planned because she said we talked on the phone. So Itsy Bitsy Shake, who is very much, she likes Lemon and Jay, but when Itsy Bitsy Shake said, then I got to think about that. Because Itsy Bitsy Shake rarely say anything to go against Lemon. The sponsor paid for the whole trip. I know. Now let me tell y'all something too. In this season, I'm doing a lot of reduction. We're doing some right sizing and we're doing some restructuring. So if you in a chat and I stop talking to you, that means you more than likely blocked. And baby, I blocked so many folks from that channel. And like I said, I don't tell people. I just block you. So if you are blocked and you don't know why you blocked, I probably saw you somewhere and you got blocked. Or if you, and let me tell you something, I'm not even answering stupidity. I'm just going to block you on the spot. So we're not going to even have a conversation. So as soon as I see something stupid, it's a block. No ands and buts about it. Because it's 2026. If you don't like being over here, I'm going to help you not to come over here. That's what I'm going to say. And it seems like Ness has such an issue with me. She can't stand me. I'm the old man. I'm this, and I'm this. But she's always clicking over here on the link. Or she's always dropping down. And I can't understand if I'm so this, and the third, you always drop it down. So I'm going to help her to keep her ass from coming over here. And that's what we're going to do. And it's not because people penetrate. That's stupid. But I'm going to do my show. I don't need your phony ass coming over here like, hi, Jay Wilson. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. 2026. And I want you to know that nobody needs you over here. For the mere fact that I can get a printer, get a paper shredder, go to eat 2 places, and I always go out to eat, but I did it for a reason. And you hosts got to talk about it. I don't need you. If I can show you a fragment of my life and it gets you up in arms like that, I don't need you. I am the content. And what you had to do was get on Lemon's channel to confront me to get your content, where all I had to do was step in a store and buy the shit and it's content instant. And see, that's the difference from OG and adjacent. Because adjacent, y'all have to fight with each other. Y'all got to do all of that foolishness with each other. Old school, just do something, boom, and it's content. You know, I know Trish was up there, and I don't have a problem with Trish either. But you all, it's content. Let me say this. It's content. Talking about this is content. I'm going to put my commercials in, and I'm going to make my money. Now, let me say this, you all. This is why I say that there are no friends on YouTube. This is why I say do not get emotionally attached to these people, because these people are not about your well-being, and that includes Lemon. That includes Lemon. Now, I don't have a problem with them, but that includes Lemon. Come here, make your money. These people aren't even co-workers. They are subcontractors. In my real life, I would never hang out with Ernest. I would never hang out with those people. Never. And not because I think I'm better than them. They always have problems. These are hoes that need to borrow money every week. And you like, no. Or these are the hoes that always expect you to go pay for a meal. They always got something going on. Never. Never. So, now, Pastor, like I told you months ago, Ness is a snake, and you always have to wait for other foot. Well, hey, you know it is what it is. Like you and Lemon, but I must tell the truth, it didn't look good for Lemon. It looked like a setup. Hey, it is what it is. All I'm going to say is I went over to Lemon in good faith. Now, you all heard Lemon on my platform when Lemon said, could you please come over? Because this is going to be my last night. I'm going to be off for 2 days. That's what Lemon said. I went over against my own better judgment to Lemon. Did not expect all of that foolery, and that's what happened. I mean, because I don't know if Catherine or Libra Butterfly was trying to keep me from going over there, but they kept me off of there for a little bit. And I guess there's always little things to say, don't go over. I went over. I went over, again, in good faith, because I'm trying to, be cool. The man already don't think I like him. And then this is what happened. And it was a lot of things said, especially about the mic. I never complained about being on mute. I never complained about that. Never complained about that. So, Lemon, were you trying to say that I was complaining because you put me on mute? Because I never complained. I just came off of mute. And again, Ness said that you all had talked. And Ness was almost like Rico in a moment. Like, me and Lemon talked. Okay, I don't want to talk to Lemon on the phone. I don't want to talk to Lemon in email. But you made it a point. We talked on the phone, Okay, great. I don't want to talk to him on the phone. And then for the mere fact that you said that, it says a lot. It is what it is. I'm not mad, but I'm gonna make this money. Well, Pastor, your read last night was fire. Wasn't nasty. It wasn't degrading her child. It was the truth. Well, my thing is this: when pizza came up, I did not know that she had a situation where she had a child where she may not have wanted to have a child. I didn't know that. So it may explain a lot of why she doesn't spend a lot of time with her child. You know, and I don't know why that hoe got mad because I said that her child was in San Antonio. I mean, you said your brother lived here. I mean, that's why you were here. Didn't you want to meet me in San Antonio? And I declined. And see, this is what I want you to know. I'm not thirsty to meet you, hoes. Because if I wanted to meet you, Ness, we would have met in San Antonio. But Jay said, I don't want to meet you, and you need to spend more time with your child than trying to spend time with me. Because at the end of the day, your child should be your priority. So that hoe came to San Antonio, and I was like, okay, I wouldn't meet that hoe. Absolutely not. And so I'm not upset. I really am. You know, in the moment, let me say this, you all. In the moment, yeah, he asked me to come, but in the moment, you fight. In the moment you fight, you do what you gotta do. Cause I'm like, this hoe gonna get up off me. She ain't gonna give me too much. And so I gave her what she wanted, right? But every time you talk about her bad parenting skills, she get in her feelings. So at the end of the day, you get into that. Now, this morning, baby, I'm easy like Sunday morning. Pastor, they starting to lie. I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me say this. Lemon said he didn't know he was invited to J-Cation. I'm like, you come to J-Cation, ain't no big whoop. And then, of course, Tiffany, just trying to figure it out, was saying that why don't you go to Vegas? And of course, she mentioned fundraising, and that really triggered Ness. And Ness gonna ask her 50 questions. Because not only was Ness rude to me, she was rude to her. And then when she found out who she was, and she wanted to be nice all of a sudden, just fake and phony. But you know, just trying to figure it out was like, yeah, and she didn't get all of this line of questioning. But when she was talking about going to Vegas, and she's already got a computer, a printer, and she went through that whole thing. And I thought that was funny as well because I'm like, why am me getting something? And then she wanted to talk about old women. I'm like, most of the people who gave the bulk of the money, they were men. They weren't women. So I'm just like, but because you want to be in my finances and I won't allow you, that pisses you off. Now, Naz, I don't, and I'm not trying, but I know you're not an executive. I know that I'm glad that you have a vehicle, but we know what type of vehicle it is. See, I'm not all squunched up in my vehicle looking like, I'm claustrophobic. Them little pieces of articles that you be wearing, it don't scream executive to me. It screams you ain't meet your quota and you need to get more people to sign up for this plan. That's what it's given to me. It's given very much call center. Yeah, it's given Ronstadt, and yeah, it's given staffing agency. Just saying. And I think it's funny. You want to talk about everything, but you ain't talking about getting them teeth fixed. And as an executive, you should have enough time to get your mouth fixed. But yet your teeth are sitting there looking jagged. Girl, not inbound calls, honey. No inbound calls. Okay? And I just think it's really interesting. I mean, and let me say this. I don't have to talk about her lip because we know about that. She even talked about her lip. But, ma'am, you can't run that campaign of I'm going to try to put you in this angle. How I know you too well. I know you too well. And I'm like, you can't do that. You tried to make me look like an older man trying to sit on. How I was here before there was a Lemon, there was a J. Before Lemon even got here, I was doing my thing. Hell, before you got here, I was doing my thing. And it's really funny how you try to do that. And can I say, I don't care how many numbers you have. See, numbers don't mean anything when people don't trust you. And people don't trust you. People don't trust you. I don't trust you. And that's why that little voice say, don't meet her. She's really an issue. Everybody she meets, she winds up falling out with, and it becomes an issue. This heat, Jay Dunn, Lemon, everybody, the whole got problems. So my thing is, you try, and this, and I'm putting Ness in the category of Rico. You will never have a cordial relationship with them because in the interim, in the real scheme of things, they really don't like you. They play like they do to get on your panel and stuff, but them hoes really don't like you, and they really don't see it for you. And when you see that, you dismiss it. I might have went to Lemoncation, but now if I was going to Lemoncation, it would be an appearance. You got to pay for my plane ticket. You got to pay for my room. And I'm not going to be obligated to be with you all because I would not hang out with them. I would come maybe to go to a dinner with them, and that's it. I wouldn't go for the whole thing. But now, no, absolutely not. And I'm gonna be real with you all. She, some people really don't see it for you, but they want to smile in your face and be cordial and nice, and I'm like, I see it. And last night was a good indication. And this is not the first ambush. The Shakim thing as well, when she wanted to come at me, and she always tries to do things that provoke, and I know what she does. But we're going to stop it all together. So far as I'm concerned, you don't have any voice over here. You keep your voice at other people's panels. Your voice is not needed here, nor is it welcome. And yeah. And I'm sorry I got to do that to a Florida hoe. But girl, you different. You different. Let me tell y'all something. I don't even get along with Brianna. But Brianna can come up here because I know who Brianna is, and Brianna ain't changing. Brianna's not trying to be, hey, Jay, and all that. Every time Brianna has come on my platform, it has always been business. She don't act too overly friendly or nothing. And then she might say something about me like, I can, even pizza. But that Florida hoe, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Her, she don't go there. Well, this is the thing. I am not going on Lemon's panel to be Tracy. I told Lemon I don't come on your panel because I don't deal with the restos and The ghetto intellect. Now, ghetto intellect is okay when he's okay, but when he's on one, I'm not here. I'm not here for Mr. West and all of those people, and so I don't deal with that. Now, if I'm on Lemon's panel, it's gonna be cool. Notice, notice when I came on Lemon's panel in that Lolo situation, I said, Lemon, you were wrong for that. That lady just lost her mama, and you're using her mom as a get back to these people, and that ain't right. And you need to go to Lolo. Yeah, Jay Wilson, I guess you're right. See, again, maybe I bring out the better person in Lemon that you can't do because you don't know how, and maybe that bothered you. I wasn't on Lemon's channel to stir it up. I wasn't on Lemon's channel to be fighting with folks. I wasn't on that. I wasn't on that. And so I guess that bothered you because we were having dialogue and you thought it was boring because it was, but you wanted to come on and stir it up. And I guess that bothered you because I didn't come on. I didn't even come on to fight her. Lolo, let me say something to you real quickly because Lolo, you know I like you. I like you, Lolo. But Lolo, stop putting these people over your grief. Stop putting these people over your pain. You just lost your mom. And if it was too sensitive for you to be on, then you shouldn't be on. I don't know what's going on, but Lolo, grieve your mom. Reflect. I mean, it's not that long ago that you lost your mama. And don't let people use your pain for profit. Because that man is using your pain for profit. And maybe he was oblivious, and I think he really was. But don't allow that. And I'm glad Lolo did click off because she didn't need that. Now, I don't know what Ness's problem was. I really don't. But Ness, you can't get mad because Lemon was talking to me, because then you put yourself in the same position that you claim Brianna's in. You claim that Brianna and Tracy is mad because Lemon is talking to you. And my thing is, I just went on there because he invited me. But let me say this. Lemon. You don't have too many OGs to go to your channel. And I was like, okay, let me see how this works. And now it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of OGs are going to bypass you because of that foolishness. We're at the point now where we're not going to sit there and lose our vocal cords fighting with people. And I guess that's my biggest thing. And I guess that's why I am more upset than anything. I am more upset because I argued with that mangy hoe. That's my biggest thing. And then y'all notice she started going with the sissy thing. Okay, so if I'm a sissy, baby, so okay. You know, I'm 55, been called worse. So, but you a whole lesbian. And I have never seen a homophobic lesbian. How you like women and all things sexual about women, but you get repulsed with two men. I have never seen a homophobic lesbian before. I'm just saying. And I'm listening to you, And I'm like, girl, that sissy thing ain't penetrating. I mean, I'll sissy that walk too if I have to. So what's new? And then, oh, we had to go to the my partner. Girl, our relationship is solid and it's a good relationship. What relationship are you in? Ain't it the hoes who can't keep nobody always trying to talk about somebody else's relationship? I find it to be laughable. Then let's not forget, Ness, you were the one who called the people who came to Nestcation losers. And you said that the chick that you were talking to, she was just a temporary thing. She said, I'm not going to have her to meet those losers. Oh, I'm like, the people who coming to see you are losers? I didn't know St. James was a loser. I didn't know that Honest Row was a loser. Chocolate Bay a loser. Last I know that St. James have properties and he has a corporate job. Chocolate Bay has a corporate job. Honest Row has a good job. I didn't consider them losers, but that's what you said. And then tried to backpedal it when it was brought up. St. James have straight teeth. Row teeth is straight. Chocolate Bay has nice teeth. Why your teeth looking like that? You got the teeth of a loser. Your teeth are screaming loser. You not getting that lip fix is screaming loser. But yet you want to call those people losers. But that's not, and this stuff adds up to the point, you know. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be shady. I'm gonna throw a little shade. I'm gonna do all of that. But a loser, a loser, no, 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 no. And you called these people that, and you were on camera. And the reason why you do that is because it's projection, because that's how you really feel about yourself. Miss Jelly Jaw. First of all, how do you even get yourself wrapped up in a cult and you working for free? You working for free. What that hallelujah, salvation and glory, praise hallelujah. I mean, you find yourself in the most precarious situations. Now, I want to give a shout out to Brian. Baby, Brian got them new glasses, and you can't tell him shit. Honey, Brian got them new glasses, and you can't tell Brian shit. You hear me? Baby, he was looking like the onlyest monk. He looked like he was about to do a jazz set over there. I'm like, okay, we see you with them glasses on. He looked like he was about to go to the classroom. So shout out to Brian and them. Shout out to them glasses. Baby, them glasses was doing it, baby. I'm like, okay, glasses. Baby, he looked like he didn't go to the Goodwill to get them glasses, baby. He looked like he went to Warby Parker, honey. Ha! Come on, Warby Parker, and got some glasses. Ooh, come through lawsuit money. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't capping it down. I ain't capping it down. I ain't capping it down. He looked like he was about to play some trumpet like this. Girl, he looked like he was a little jazz musician over there. Baby, I can give you a prop now. Baby, I'm gonna give you a prop. Now, when you did that, I'm gonna tell you did it. And baby, them glasses did it. So I'm gonna leave it right at that. Now, Lemon, people are looking at you. Somebody just hit me up and said, Jay, he did the same thing to Honest Row. Interesting. But look, it's all good. I'm gonna drop this link just in case somebody got to say something. You know what, y'all? I'm almost at work, but it's gonna be a slowdown now, which pisses me off because I hate being on 151 like this. It's actually 56 degrees here. Yes, I'm off MLK Monday, so look out weekends, well, here I come. Look out weekends were made for fun. I work hard every day. It's all work and no play. With the boss on my back, he won't give me any slack. Look out weekend, 'cause here I come. Look out weekends were made for fun. Hey! Ba-ba-ba-boach, 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 ba-ba-ba-boach. Ew, ew, ew. Come on now. What up, Bill?
Hi, Jay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could hear me or not. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the home of House of Jay Wilson. We appreciate you guys for coming over. Today's announcement. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Giving honor to Pastor Wilson, who's the head of this flock. We appreciate you. We don't like you because there are no friends on YouTube. Amen. So first of all, I like to tell each and every one of you, I am in McCormick, South Carolina, and it is 23 degrees outside. Amen. Amen. It's cold as a witch's tit. Hallelujah. Anyway, we would like to extend a cordial invite, not to everyone, to some of you, to Jaycation 2026. Now, if there are any content creators that are saying we invite them, you are more than welcome to come, some of you. But herein lies the issue. This is the caveat. We are not paying appearance fees. So don't come unless you got it in writing. We are not paying appearance fees. So don't come and say, oh, I came, but where's my appearance fee? Because unless you got it in writing, you will not be receiving an appearance fee. So I wanted to make sure that is loud and clear. We appreciate anyone that wants to come and visit with us. Amen. Amen. All right, Jay. Jaycation 2026 in San Antonio, Texas, in the month of September or October. We will get back to you later in
Thank you,
reference to the
Bill.
date. Praise the
Thank you,
Lord and
Bill.
hallelujah. And Jay Wilson, let me tell you this. What
Tell me,
I
Bill.
see is not that you are mad at Lemon or any of that. What I see is that you are more disappointed in yourself because you took yourself out of character. That's what I see. I don't see you as you mad at Lemon. I don't see that you mad at any. I think you're more disappointed in yourself. And that's what
I
it
am.
sounds like to me.
I am. I did two things. I should have listened to my inner man and say, don't go over there, because that was the thing. And that's why I was asking, well, should I go over there? And then, most of the people said, yeah, it seems like it's nice. And I think the people like the banter back and forth. So I'm like, okay, I'll go on over. And so against my judgment, I did. And again, I stayed quiet for a long time. And then I had to let her know, like, girl, I was invited over here. I'm not sitting on the panel trying to be Tracy. I was invited over here. It is what it is. And if Lemon didn't want me over, he wouldn't have had me over. But then a lot of the girls say it's a setup. And I now y'all, let me say this. Itsy Bitsy is hardcore lemon. But Itsy Bitsy said it looked like a setup. Itsy Bitsy said it didn't look right. Now that's Itsy Bitsy. And I look at that because Itsy Bitsy is definitely she goes over to lemons. So I'm like, okay, I know Simon ain't telling nobody they got to be prepared, but yeah, he be coming up with dirty tracksuits. I know that whole ain't. You got to be prepared to wash your clothes. I know this hoe ain't talking about somebody got to be ready. That's why you don't come up here either, hoe. That's another hoe who don't get no traction. Lord have mercy. Talking about something you got to be prepared. Hoe, go wash your clothes.
And for those of you who don't know, I had to put that caveat in there for Jay Wilson in reference to the appearance fees because that's what good business partners do. They have each other back. They have each other back. Now, we're not friends, but I do know good business sense. And part of the good business sense is I need to make sure that there are caveats for folks that come up. Because if you ask me for some money, I'm going to be looking at you like, B, please. Ain't nobody promised you no appearance fee. Where is that in writing?
It's interesting,
That
very
part,
interesting. Very interesting, Viv. But like I said, I think you're right, Vivian. I was more disappointed that I did not go over there to be fighting. I did not go over there for all of that. And then, of course, here she come with all of this foolishness, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to match that. So it is what it is. And let me say this again. I didn't talk about that lady's child. I talked about her bad parenting and why she can't get her child. See, it's a difference. Nobody ain't say nothing about her son, didn't call him slow, didn't do anything, didn't say anything about her son. Everything was on her. Now, I don't understand. She said something about my relationship, but I can't say nothing about her relationship. Okay. We don't play them games. My thing is this. If you don't want it, don't bring it. First of all, and then this third person passive aggressive stuff, it don't work with me. And so I had to let her know. I was only talking to Lemon. Okay, ho, I'm talking to you though. So yeah. So look, so you tell that hoe if she's on, you tell her I won't drop in her chat. I won't give her the time of day. She is dead to me. And you tell that hoe don't bring her grimy ass in my chat, nor even try to click on my link. The door is closed. And
tell her to keep her alternative personalities the hell over there too, because she good for coming up with a damn alternative personalities. Tell her to keep her 15 alternative personalities the hell from over here too. And Vivian said it, and it's not that I don't like you. I don't know you.
But Vivian, if you see her on spot, if you see the little tip of her lip, you block her. Okay? All right? If you see a tip of them jagged teeth, you block her. So I don't even want to see your presence. I don't even want to see your presence.
And Jay, guess what? I'm not going to be the one that block her. Because guess what? Every usher over here been trying to block her. Vivian ain't got nothing against her. And Vivian don't be trying to block. Y'all listen. I don't be trying to block folks. I don't know why y'all think I do. I don't care that much. Half the time I be asleep anyway. I be listening from the comforts of my bed with my head on my pillow. Because most time I'm in my house, I'm knocked the hell out. But anywho's way, I ain't worried about her.
I just want y'all to know, I want y'all to get this. Don't let nobody hold you hostage. And don't let nobody think that they're important, that you can't go on without them. Oh, you move right along. So again, you don't see me clicking your link trying to come up. But we do see you clicking my link. So it won't happen. And I usually say, okay, I'm going to let this hoe up. Girl, they can talk about you like a dog. You ain't getting up on this. So to me, you just like Tulsa, you just like Rico. And that's it. And Rico, like I said, I knew you were coming up on Lemons, and I'm glad Lemon let you up because you got so much to say, and I'm glad you got it out. I'm glad you got it out. But ho, you ain't coming up here either. I don't give hoes who don't see it for me access. Period. I don't do it in real life, and I'm definitely not gonna do it on these YouTube streets. Hoes, we ain't nothing but subcontractors, and truth be told, quiet be kept, y'all don't bring nothing but chaos. So do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Shout out to her shit. Shout out to her shit. And again, y'all, I don't know. Baby, Vivian, they came after the dog. Girl, they came after Lyric. I'm like, Lord, Lyric ain't do nothing. I had to talk to Lyric. I said, look, Sugar Lamb. But then, where is Spencer the cat? Has anybody seen Spencer the cat? Spencer has been very scarce these days. But now, Ness, the word on the curb is you're living in a halfway house, and that's why you ain't showing that new apartment, because it ain't really an apartment like that. They said that you're really struggling, and they said that where you living at now is worse than where you was living before. And they said that you living up there in the Goodwill halfway house over there, okay, the Salvation Army house for wayward women. That's what they said, girl. Now, I don't know. I don't know. But they said we ain't seen no house. We ain't seen no apartment. Girl, I can't take it. Like I said, I'm really not that interested to know where that hoe lives. But, again, somebody will send me an email because I don't have time to be going over there. And when you think I need to watch you, I'm going to do exactly what I need to do. And I'll probably go shopping today because, baby, y'all get moved when I do something. Every time I do something like go shopping to go eat, y'all hoes get moved. Y'all hoes get moved in y'all spirit. So I guess I'm going to continue to do more of that. You know what? This is the fastest that I have gotten to work. So I guess a lot of people are taking this 3-day weekend because, baby, I'm at the job now. It's usually bad at 151. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't mad at it. So anyway, so y'all, it's all good over here. Everything is okay. No major whoop over here. Not mad at anybody. Not mad at Lemon. Really not mad at Ness. She just can't come over here because when you see people for who they are, and when they tell you, you believe them. So I believe that you live for strife, that you live for division, and that you got mad because even though you say it was boring, you got mad because Lemon and I had a conversation. And again, and y'all, let me say this. Let me tell you what that was given to. I talked to Lemon today before we came on. I talked to Lemon the day before we came on. So I'm like, do you want an award for that? And it was almost like Rico in that trademark fortune deal when he was like, I saw trademark stuff. I saw his stuff. And it was almost like that. I'm like, girl, we ain't trying to come for Lemon. I don't want Lemon like that, girl. Excuse me, I don't want that. So it was almost like you were battling. I'm like, baby, I'm not trying to battle for Lemon's attention. So I don't know what was going on about that. Anyway, Dre Day, it's so much going on with these girls. Baby, what you doing, girl? Where you at?
I'm driving down the street, Jay. I'm on my way to my
Girl,
car.
that's something loud, girl. Ooh, that thing is loud.
But listen, Jay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When I come to San Antonio, I got two things I want us to do. First thing is, I want to go get me a pocketbook. The second thing is, I want to get me a good pair, nice fitted cowboy boots.
Okay.
That's what I want us to do.
Okay.
So if anybody would like to...
Vivian, you breaking out. I think she's way in the country. Vivian, you in the country, girl. You were fading out. We can't hear you, Vivian. You going in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Viv.
Hello? Okay, so anybody that want to donate to my... Hold on, let me show y'all my face. Anybody that would like to donate to my cowboy boot or my purse front, You can do it at $Vivian J. I'm just playing, Jay.
All right, hold on for a minute. Let me address some things. Itsy Bitsy said yes, Jay, that part, I think. Hello, Jules. It takes a while. It takes a while. I know y'all be pissed off, but it takes a while. And when I'm fed up, I'm usually fed up. So it is what it is. But it takes a while. Please be patient with me. God ain't through with me yet. But she ain't coming back. She's blocked. I made sure when I said, hold on, Lemon, and I left, I went right to her page and blocked it. And I was looking for troll pages. So, ushers, if y'all see troll pages, block that hoe. Block her. Well, look, y'all, I really got to go. It was real. I had a great time today. I know that this will be content because the OGs know how to bring the content. We make hoes mad when we go shopping. We make hoes mad when we go to the restaurant. We make hoes mad when people give to us and they ain't getting. I mean, we make hoes mad. And then, even in a setup, it is what it is. And so, Lemon, what the people are trying to say too is that the girls see you for who you are. Now, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. But when Itsy Bitsy thinks that it's a setup, Itsy Bitsy of all people, then I really strongly consider that, Lemon. And I know you won't click the link now because you think somebody hates you, which I don't. But I think you know that the girls is like, no, Lemon, that was kind of foul. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But Lemon, I'm so sorry that you took your video off. That would have been some good money. That would have been some good money for you. But obviously somebody has threatened to strike your channel or take your channel down. And you can't trust people who have a strike team and they admit they have a strike team. I'm just saying. And see, Lemon, you got to realize that everybody ain't your friend, even if they talk to you on the phone. Because Shakim said that he was striking your stuff, and Shakim was buddy-buddy with Ness, which I think is really, really ironic. And this woman done called you every homophobic slur, talked about your eye, talked about you living with your mama and all of that. I mean, talked about you like a dog. But yet you think she is in it for your best interest, right? Okay, so let me say this, Lemon. I've never struck your channel. Now, let me tell you about striking channels. I automatically do it. I don't even look at it. I just press the button, and if you caught up in the mix, you caught up in the mix. But I never struck your channel, Lemon. I have never doxed you and called your mama and all of this stuff. And no. So think about that, Lemon. Sometimes people show you who they are, and you may not believe them. Yeah, interesting. Itsy Bitsy say, I like you, Lemon, but Ness ruled you last night. I think he was afraid Ness strike him again. Well, Itsy Bitsy, you bring up some interesting points, Itsy Bitsy. But Itsy Bitsy, be careful because I don't want him coming after you. Because Itsy Bitsy, these people are very, very sensitive in their spirit. And Itsy Bitsy, for your sake, I don't want you to get caught up and because they get very sensitive, Itsy Bitsy. So be careful. Because I don't want nobody to block you or anything. They get very sensitive. Now, I blocked some hoes because they were like, okay, you don't like me? Okay, let me go ahead and take you out. Boom, 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 boom. But, yeah. Lemon, I didn't take your money. See, again, no one is jealous because I told you all I may not watch Lemon, but if people want to be on his panel and do the most for him, they should be able to. And see, Lemon, I ain't trying to mess up your money. But these people are trying to mess up your money. And let me tell you something, Lemon. I told you, and I said this. I said, when these people get back from Vegas, she's going to come after Lemon. Because if y'all look at that Vegas trip, everything was based on Ness. Ness was really trying to be the star of that show. Lemon had no free time to do it unless Ness said they could go on. So everything was really Ness. But Lemon wound up being the breakout, and it bothered Ness because, again, that hoe is insecure. And she hates for me to bring up that situation with that Halloween situation. But Halloween ain't no joke. And it told me a lot about Ness. It really told me a lot about Ness. And I bring it up because it's classic Ness. Ness was winning. She had the audience at her channel. And what does Ness do? She drinks. Esther said she was drinking all day before the competition. So Ness drunk. Instead of Ness focusing on her competition, she's worried about Brianna and pizza. You have Kimmy, VS. I'm over there. And you couldn't even focus on your competition because you're worried about Bree and pizza. And we're trying to get you back, and you take the time to argue with them. I'm like, you let them hoes live rent free in your head. And when she forgot and started announcing the person that she announced the last time, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Baby, if you could see that back chat, I'm like, Ness, would you please focus? Ness, would you please focus? Da 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 da. You winning. Why are you going there and fighting with them? But Brianna hit the nail on the head. And it's so ironic that Brianna said it's Jaycation because you so busy focusing on Jay Wilson that you can't even focus on your own cation. And Brianna was right because I said the same thing about Brianna and pizza. And this is why I say what I say. And she's extremely insecure. She does not want to be second. And this is what happens. And so when Lemon started pulling ahead, baby, Ness got upset. Ness got upset. And she was really upset with Lolo. Let me tell you why she got upset with Lolo. Because the sponsor favored Lolo. The sponsor made sure Lolo had everything Lolo needed. Lolo was in that top room. That bothered Ness because Ness felt that she should have had the good room. And she shouldn't have. Lolo didn't share that room with nobody. Check that out. So Lolo, she don't like you either. She really don't like you because Lemon likes you. And she really don't like you because you got that room. And see, this is the thing. She was okay with Lemon picking at you, Lolo, because she don't like you either. And she thought that shit was funny. Because, again, she controls Lemon. And that's the real tea. That's the real tea. And she thinks everybody is a loser because she's really a loser. And I just think that it's very interesting. And you see these types of things. And she always is trying to shape a narrative. And that's what I'm like. Girl, I see your angles. And I see what you're trying to do. But at the end of the day, we look back at your history. You have never seen a Jaycation where people doing X, Y, Z. Or the cruise ship and people are doing X, Y, Z. And I think it's funny. But I'm going to show you. Again, hello, Jules. She ain't coming back over here. And that's a promise. You can only do me so many times. So, like I said, Lemon, you're always welcome over here. I'm sorry I won't be coming to your home because, again, it is what it is. And you thought I was rude at your place. But one thing is, Lemon, she can't talk about my relations and talk about me and I not say anything to her. I'm sorry. And you should have had her to exercise emotional intelligence. And since you didn't, this is where we went. And now you taking your live stream down? No, put it back up, Lemon. put that live stream back up because your friend helped you pop it off. You know, the conversation was so boring and she was so sleepy, so she popped it off, Lemon. So put it back on. Now, Lemon, I ain't trying to be shady to you, but they said your mama came in and let you have it, baby. Well, Gen X, they said his mama came in and let him have it. And I ain't trying to be shady, Lemon, but you in your mid-30s and you still living with your mama. Now, they say that's the real tea. They said his mama came in and let him have it. Somebody said Lemon was struggling towards the end of that live. Well, it is what it is. But Lemon, you know, thank you for allowing me to come over. I wish it could have ended a little bit better, but because of how it ended, I won't be back over there. I won't. I will not. You can come over here as long as you keep it a buck. You can come over here, but I won't be back over there. And I think I have every right to say that. And it's not because I think I'm so great. You don't have to ever grace my platform because I think I've never begged you to come over here. I never said, Lemon, come over to my platform and my panel. Like I've never asked Ness to come to my platform or my panel because I don't need you all to do it. I can do it by myself. No slight, no shade to you all. So anyway, it was real, you all. I need to get in here because I have a meeting in a couple of minutes. But thank you all for coming over. I appreciate that. Hit that like button. The wireless charger comes in today. So when the wireless charger gets in, we're gonna have a unboxing. So if you want to see the wireless charger, y'all come on. Let me tell y'all something, baby. I shredded some stuff last night, printed a few things last night. I don't know why I got that printed though, because that ink, baby, I'm gonna have enough ink. Because I used it, but I used it for something. I know what I wanted to say. So I told you all for Christmas, we were supposed to take the train. So we are going to take the train. It's going to be in this quarter, January, February, March. So it's going to be in this quarter. And me and the other half, we're going to take the train. I am stoked about it. And we're going to be in a very nice 4-star, 5-star hotel. 4-star, I think, in Dallas. So we will be in Dallas. And I'm excited about that. So delay does not mean denial. Can I tell y'all something too? And this is what I told Lemon if he decides to come. And like I said, ain't no pressure, Lemon. You don't have to come to vacation. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome still to come, but we ain't dealing with no foolishness, no setup, none of that. But do y'all not know that to take the train from San Antonio to Dallas is only $24? Baby, you can't even go across the San Antonio for $24 for gas. $24. Now that's for a coach seat. And so $24. If you do the flex pay, it's $26. And flex pay means that you can cancel and get your money back one day before the trip. So if something were to happen, you can call and cancel the trip and get your money back. So $24 from San Antonio to Dallas and $24 Dallas back to San Antonio. Now, I am going to probably do the upper deck because you get to see a lot of things in the upper deck. I was thinking of a roomette and I was thinking of a private room, but that'll be a waste of money. And I'm going to tell you why. Again, it's about being practical. When you get a roomette, you're either going to be on the left side or the right side. When you are in the upper deck, you can see on all sides. Also, the only advantage of the room is that you have a bathroom, But baby, nobody don't want to be, unless you PPing, nobody don't want to be in there boo-booing in that, baby, because the rooms are real close. So no, nobody don't want to be all up in there. So again, I would say that. Um, but because we're just going to Dallas, it's not a long trip. It's not a long trip at all. It's not a long trip at all. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, Amtrak is running this thing where you pay $250 and you can go anywhere within that month's time. So if you want to take a train trip from San Antonio to Los Angeles, California, 250, 250, and you can get right on back. Long as you travel within that month, you know. Now the thing is, the longer that trip is, you know, the less time you're gonna have. So I'm thinking about doing it because I might do the New Orleans train. They have a train, you know, that goes to New Orleans. They have a lot of short trips. I would do that maybe to go to Chicago, San Antonio to Chicago. I would do that. So I'm really thinking about that. But a lot of people sleep on that train, no pun intended, but they do. And what people don't realize is that that's it. But yeah, he comes at Goosey for staying with his mother. Child, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But look, y'all, I gotta go. Peace and love. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.